Hey,
it's the men that are supposed to be doing the dance. All I can say is, what a rush. I don't know if you guys caught the clip of us dancing. They dragged me and I could not even move. I don't know why they like setting me up. I have accepted, I have owned it. I do not know how to dance. Is there a problem in that? Anyway.
At this point, you already know who we're about to introduce, who is with us here on the couch live. It is Nonzo Bassey.
Yes, he's making his comeback into the music scenes. This guy is a uber talented singer, songwriter, actor, dancer. Wow.
Look at those 6 packs.
Brain eating. It's so good that you didn't see what did just now. So
anyway, it's so good to have you here. It's really good to have you.
So happy to be
here.
So
I caught up on that video over the weekend. I think I just popped into my timeline and then I saw it. And I'm like, I just became curious for whatever reason. Yeah. I've always been a fan from the 411.
Yes.
Yeah, that was your first single.
Yes.
And then this one. So sometimes I got on to YouTube, I checked it, I watched the video. And I'm like, this is an awakening for the brand Nonzo Bassey.
Yes.
I mean, I could see it like literally reeking through your pores.
Yes.
It was like an awareness for you, like you've just come into your awareness with this video.
You're hyperventilating. Okay, let's go. She's gushing, literally.
How did you get to this point? You really need to talk us through this, journey.
Yo, first of all, thank you so much for having me here.
Our pleasure.
I'm having such a good time. I came into the industry roughly 2015.
Okay.
And since then, just trying to do what I love to do. Because this is what I came from Calabar to do. I came in and people, when I started off doing film after I was on The Voice, it affected me in a way that I didn't expect it would. Because people in film thought that, okay, who is this musician that they're giving all our roles to? And then people in music thought, oh, you're not even serious about music. And then I was with a record label that, things didn't go so well. Nothing much was happening there. And 2019, I decided, okay, you know what? I need to take a step back and figure out what my voice is, how I want to use it, what I want to do moving forward. And it's like the universe or God or whatever, I don't know, just made everything in my life stop. And it was just such a painful period, personal darkness, lots of...
And then you lost your mom?
I lost my mom at the top of it last year. It was crazy. And it was just amazing how somehow light just got switched on in my head. Because it was like I was in this dark place. And it's in the depth of the earth that you find all the gold.
Yeah,
exactly.
So the darkest cave contains the greatest treasures. And I just found this confidence I used to have as a child. I used to dance, and a lot of people didn't know that I could dance.
I didn't know you could dance.
Yeah, and I was just, when I came in, people thought that, I was just this serious, just this guy, but I'm a mess. I'm very, very unserious. And just coming back, just remembering the essence of who I am, and just making sure that all of that stuff shows. And it was important for me to put out Toyo first because I wrote it in a very angry place, like, in the depth of all of that anger. And so I just want to get all of that out. It does
Someone did something to you.
A lot of...
But what does it mean, though?
So, Sempawonam Yang Toyo means I'll remember
what you did to me.
Somebody has done. Sempawonam, waiting person do.
Oh, so that's why she can identify with it. We can understand. But I'm very curious about something, okay? I'm going to take you to your roots now, because you mentioned your mom.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's me thinking that you have this extraordinary bond with your mom, or it's just my imagination, because I know your dad is from Imo State.
Yes.
And your mom is from Cross River. Yet your surname is...
My middle name, actually.
It's your middle name?
Yes. So my names are Nonzo Bassey, Anozoma Iwuchukwu. So my stage name used to be Nonzo Bassey.
Okay.
But
used to. Now it's Nonzo.
Nonzo.
So I took the Z from Anozoma. So Anozoma was the name that they used to call me because I was the class prefect of every class. I was the school prefect of every school.
And you say you're not serious.
And so that was the name my principals and my parents used to call me when they need me to step up and be responsible for myself. And so coming out of all of that, I needed a name that represents this person that, now taking charge of my life and all of that. And so I used to call myself Anozuma. Anytime I need to get something done, I know that maybe I'm procrastinating, I'll call myself Anozuma.
Okay.
Let's get it. So Anozuma, in a sense, needed to come back into the driving seat.
Anozuma means what?
It means now I go day well. You know, now I'm settled.
Okay.
I'm Anozuma, like
right.
now I'm a day.
Okay. Okay.
So I needed the essence of that back in my life. And so I put the Z from Anozuma into Nonzo, and now it's Nonzo.
But technically it's Nonzoma. Yeah, Nonzo. So we could say that's where you got it from. So it's all good.
It's all good.
So let's talk about the response you got after you did La Femme Angela. How did
Almost
that
won you an
affect
award.
you as a creative?
It's funny how everything, you know, learning to trust the process is an amazing thing. It's easy to say, but experiencing that is the hardest
It's quite
thing.
hard, yeah.
And it happened to me like when all of this stuff was going on in my life at, 2019, when it really all started. And so it just tied into what the character Dejare was going through, because at the top of, because I used to be bigger than I was, I was more muscular and all of that. Yeah. And at the time when we had to, because we broke the shoot into bits, the parts where we shot in Lagos and the parts where we shot in South Africa, and there's a weight difference. And so like Dejare had gone through a lot in his life, and by the time he had moved to South Africa, he was slimmer because, the troubles of life. Yeah. So everything just made sense.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful for how it turned out, because there was a scene we shot, a rape scene, and that night, by the time I drove home, I started hearing voices. It was dark. And so I respect this work, because it's not easy. Because
what kind of voices were you hearing?
So I used to live upstairs, and outside my window is air. So there is nobody back there. So I'm like, where are the voices? Because my bed, the head of my bed was by the wall. And so I'm like, I was like, who?
Yeah, the victims that lost their lives were thanking you.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's possible.
I don't know. And I just remembered, back in church, when you act like the drummers, the pastor will pray for you people that nothing that you acted will be your portion, like if you play
Yeah.
So I just remembered all of those prayers, and I used to fire prayer. I beg you. Please, that's Dejare, that's not me.
I was going to ask you about 2021, but first we need to take a look at your work and maybe get you to move your waist a bit.
Yeah.
See, I'll be very honest with you. When I saw the video, I was happy.
Oh, yeah?
Happy because women tend to be, in quotes, objectified in music videos.
Right.
So it's actually, I used the word refreshing earlier.
Yeah.
To watch men strut their stuff, like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're talking equality these days.
Yeah.
Break the bias. Men too can look good in front of the camera. So just...